Hello, my name is Rona and welcome to today's segment. Today I'm going to be sharing with you 25 tools that are essential to every new homeowner. Starting with craft paper. It seems like it would be like a low-tech tool. Most people would be wondering, well, why would I need craft paper? What's key here is the length and the size. You can cut this down or you can extend it to a couch length, a chair length, a table length. To give yourself an idea of furniture placement, very handy and very inexpensive. The next tool, believe it or not, tape. When you are doing your furniture placement and maybe even art placement, you will need all types of tape. Here in my collection, I have different sizes of masking tape, painter's tape, double-sided tape, packing tape. Different sizes and different types are essential for every new homeowner. So, different types of tape for different projects are essential for every new homeowner. Along the same lines, you'll also need various types of command products. As you know, you can put these on your wall and then you can quickly remove them without damaging your wall. So, these also are very beneficial. Measuring tapes. Every new homeowner needs a very good measuring tape. I have several types here, but the ones that I find that are the most useful are the ones that actually have the different size readings so that you know the difference between a 1/4 inch, 1/2 inch, 5/8 of an inch, especially if you get a little confused by the fractions. Believe it or not, pencils come in handy when you are writing down measurements or if you want to put a little nick on your wall and then if it doesn't work out, you want to be able to go back and erase that off of your wall. You want to keep track of everything that you're doing for your different projects in your different rooms. It's a low-tech tool, but it does come in handy. Over the years, I've had several tool sets, and as you can see, some of them have different colors on the bottom, but a good tool set is going to have your fill-up size, it's going to have different flathead sizes, and it should also come with a hammer and a couple of other tools that you will need as you're starting to do little projects around your home. Every home will also need a step ladder. It's very important, and you need different sizes. I have a 2-step ladder here that's easy to open, easy to close, and store. I also have a large ladder for painting projects and maybe for hanging drapes and things of that nature. I also have a step stool. A step stool also falls into that category. Definitely comes in handy trying to reach the shelves in your closets and or cabinets in the kitchen. The next tool that I like to have around is a stud finder. Having a stud finder will definitely prevent you from making errors and damaging the inside of your walls. Let me show you how this works real quick. All you have to do is test it. It'll help you find the edge, and when you find where the stud is, it will give you an indicator. Let's see how this works. Just press and hold. It'll start to light up, and there you have it. A very handy tool. Next up are scissors and different types of cutting tools, scrapers, razor blades, the whole nine, because you'll be cutting material, you will be scraping off paint and opening boxes, and so it'll be very helpful to have different types of scissors to do different types of projects in your home. Don't forget the box cutter. You may not think of this as a tool, however, it does assist you when you are operating a lot of the tools that you will see in today's video. Surge suppressors. I have them all over my home, and they definitely come in handy, and they protect some of the high-end type appliances during storms and other type of electrical surges. They protect your high-end appliances. These come in handy when it comes to protecting a lot of your high-end gadgets, such as your laptops and your cell phones. So make sure you pick up a couple of these. In addition to the surge suppressors, I highly recommend that you get an extension cord, one that can be used indoors and outdoors, but make sure you read the packaging because you don't want to use a indoor electrical extension cord outside in the weather. Next up, gloves. Now, I know looking at these, you think they are pretty raggedy, but that's how often I use them. Some I use for outdoor projects, some I use for indoor projects. And as we continue through our design series, I'm going to be showing you how I'm utilizing all of these tools. I also have disposable gloves that I can just toss after I use them for different projects. Rulers, rulers come in handy, especially when you're measuring for picture placement and or other objects in art that you want to display around your home. I have multiple uses, so I have different sizes, and some are clear so that I can see through depending on what I'm working on, especially when it comes to some of the sewing projects that I'll be sharing with you over this series. Along with those rulers, levels come in handy. These are very inexpensive, and I have several different types depending on the projects that I'm working on, but it's very helpful when it comes to placing art and or other objects in your home that need to be anchored to the wall or on some other level or on some other surface. I have a less sophisticated version of a level, and then I have a more sophisticated version that I can affix to the wall and adjust my laser so that I have straight lines. It's up to you, but I would definitely add this one to your tool collection. Now with all of these different projects that we'll be working on, it is very important that you have eye protection. Not fancy shades or anything like that. Seriously, you need to have eye protection because you want to avoid getting debris and any other types of materials in your eyes when you're working on your different projects. So we have to have eye protection in our tool set. Another item that I have in my toolbox is a basic first aid kit. It contains some of the basic things that you need, band-aids and gauzes, just in case you nick something or have a tiny little accident. Now, as we start to work with some of our power tools, we also want to have a good set of earplugs. I want to encourage you to use as much protective wear as possible when we're working on our different design projects. So, earplugs will definitely come in handy. Now here's my transition to some of the power tools. One of my favorite power tools is your basic drill. It isn't that difficult to use. And again, throughout this series, we'll be working on a couple of projects that will require a drill. Now, some of those projects are simple, could be as simple as putting a ledge in your home for hanging art and or displaying some of the decor that you'll be purchasing. A good drill is one of those essential tools. Now, with that drill, you'll also need to have assorted screws and anchors that complement the 3M products that we talked about, because some of your decor items will be too heavy and the 3M products probably will not work best for those. So you will need to have a good tool set. I got this one at one of my favorite stores. For those of you who shop at this store, you will definitely recognize. Starts with an I, rhymes with MyKia. Very handy. Masks. I would be remiss if I did not mention masks because when you're cleaning, when you're doing different projects, you're working with different tools. I have these and I use them all the time and throw them out. So a pack of these masks for your toolbox comes in handy, especially when you invite your friends over to help you with your different design projects. Now behind me, I have flashlights. Flashlights are an essential tool for any homeowner and come in handy again when you have power outages. It's good to have different sizes and keep them in different places in your home. I also have one that I use as a lantern, and I've had to use this thing and it lights up the whole space So it's a good idea to have different sizes of flashlights and to keep them in different areas of your home. This is one of my favorite low-tech tools. It's a timer. For those of you who come home late in the evening sometimes, you may have a smart home in some of the newer designs that are out there in the newer homes. But for those of you who don't have, this is a low-tech version that allows you to plug in your lamps and set a timer. With this tool here, you can plug your lamps into the wall, set the timer to come on, and when you're coming home in the evening or late hours, this light will automatically come on. And it just shows that there's some motion and movement in your home. This tool gets a lot of use in my home throughout the year for different projects. Comes very handy. It's a typical glue gun and glue sticks. Once you have this, you can always purchase refillers of glue sticks. And I use this for a lot of different projects that I'll be sharing with you over this design series. Again, as we round up this list, this is a very low-tech tool, but it comes in handy, especially when we're working on design projects together. When you purchase the paint for your home, pick up different swatches and pick up multiple numbers of them. Like if you pick up one, pick up 3 or 4 of them, because and you could do this across any type of paint that you like. Whatever your favorite paints are, there's a swatch for it. Just make sure you pick up 2 or 3 of them. And that way, when we're having that conversation, I can go online and actually pull this paint color into your design project and help you pull that look and feel together. It's also good for you to have this when you are out shopping for different fabrics and furnishings and complementary items for your home. If you have this with you in your purse, or if you have this with you when you go out to the different stores, when you're shopping, you won't stray too far from your paint colors and end up purchasing something that doesn't work well for your space. And last but not least, one of the most important tools that I think every homeowner should have, and I'm a little biased, but one of the most important tools, in addition to all of the other tools that I'll be sharing with you throughout this design series, but for these top 25 tools, one of the most important tools that every homeowner should have is a basic sewing machine. I don't want you to get intimidated by this. For some of you, it's like riding a bicycle. Once you learn the basics, you get back on. But this machine, it's somewhat low tech, but it has some high tech features depending on which version you get. Now, I have a very sophisticated machine, but I have basic machines as well. And I pull this one out for most of the projects that I work on. Pillows, curtains, clothing, you name it. This tool is an essential tool, and I'm going to be showing you how to use this tool for making some of the most inexpensive items and introducing you to utilizing fabric so that you can make some custom products. I'll also be sharing with you how to build your design palette so that you can go out and make custom design selections based on your taste. We will be going on design trips where I'll be showing you how to select fabrics for custom projects in your home. I hope that you were able to learn. I hope that you found this video useful. In fact, if you did, please join me in the next video where we will be working together utilizing these tools on different projects in your home. And if there's a project that you need some assistance with, please let me know below in the comment section, and be sure to like and share this video with your friends and family so that we can make a beautiful space together. Until the next video, take care.